I'd like to call the August 7th meeting of the Board of Education to order. First item, invocation.
Good evening. As most of you know, at the start of every meeting, I read a little passage from the coffee table book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. Simple ways to keep the little things from taking over your life, which I think we all need to do sometimes. One more passing show. This is a strategy that I've recently adopted into my own life. It's a subtle reminder that everything, the good, the bad, pleasure and pain, approval and disapproval, achievements and mistakes, fame and shame, all come and go. Everything has a beginning and an ending, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Every experience you have ever had is over. Every thought you've ever had started and finished. Every emotion and mood you've experienced has been replaced by another. You've been happy, sad, jealous, depressed, angry, in love, shamed, proud, and every other conceivable human feeling. Where did they all go? The answer is no one really knows. All we know is that eventually everything disappears into nothingness. Welcoming this truth into your life is the beginning of a liberating adventure. Our disappointment comes about in essentially two ways. When we're experiencing pleasure, we want it to last forever, but it never does. Or when we're experiencing pain, we want it to go away now. It usually doesn't. Unhappiness is the result of struggling against the natural flow of experience. It's enormously helpful to experiment with the awareness that life is just one thing after another, one present moment followed by another present moment. When something is happening that we enjoy, know that while it's wonderful to experience the happiness it brings, it will eventually be replaced by something else, a different type of moment. If that's okay with you, you'll feel peace, even when the moment changes. And if you're experiencing some type of pain or displeasure, know that this too shall pass. Keeping this awareness close to your heart is a wonderful way to maintain your perspective, even in the face of adversity. It's not always easy, but it's usually helpful. Thank you.
Now could we have a moment of silence, and please keep in mind those people that are far less fortunate than we are. Thank you. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, I'll give you a brief update of the work session that we had prior to the board meeting. We had the introduction of teacher and teacher assistant advisors that we will have this year that will advise the board and the superintendent of any needs that they have in the school district. Also, we had a brief review of the 2014-2015 budget review, and a lot of that is still up in the air because it just received final approval. Was it today? Okay, then we had an update on the transportation budget, and then new pay scales, then student fees for driver's education because they're cutting out the funding for driver's ed, the state is. Then we heard a report from Paula Brown, Chief Information Officer, on E-rate funding, and also Wi-Fi on school buses, and we are going to start with 2 school buses in the district and put Wi-Fi on there, and we can limit access to what sites that the students go to. One of the buses is going to be the Knott's Island bus, and the other bus is going to be one of the NAP early college buses. Then we had the final reading and adoption of updated Series 3000 policies, instructional materials, and curriculum development. Next, approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next, it's with pleasure that we have the election of student board members. Do I have a motion that we approve Mary Kate Morgan and Katie Phillips as our 2 new student board members? Have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we will have the swearing in of our new student board members by Ray Matusco, Clerk of Superior Court. And first, I'd like to call up Mary Kate Morgan to be sworn in. Then Amy, Patsy, and Sam, if you'd like to come up and stand with her, you're more than welcome.
You're ready. Big deal. Do you, Mary Kate Morgan, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and help you God?
I do.
Okay. Do you further solemnly and sincerely swear that you will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of North Carolina and to the constitutional powers and authorities which are or may be established for the government thereof, and that you will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, to the best of your knowledge and ability, so help you God?
I do.
And finally, do you swear that you'll perform the duties of the student board member for the Currituck County School to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Mary Kate. Next, Katie Phillips and Ginger, if you'd like to come up with her.
Do you, Katie Phillips, solemnly swear that you'll support the Constitution of the United States and help you God?
I do.
Do you further solemnly and sincerely swear that you will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of North Carolina and to the constitutional powers and authorities which are or may be established for the government thereof, and that you will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, to the best of your knowledge and ability, so help you God? And finally, do you swear that you will perform the duties of the student board member for the Currituck County School to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability, so help you God?
Congratulations, Katie. I guess as a point of interest, I'd just like to mention that when Sam and Patsy Casey came up here to stand with Mary Kate, and then Ginger Bowden came up to stand with Katie, their granddaughters, that all 3 are former employees of the Currituck County school system.
And so is my mother.
Pardon me?
And so is Mary Kate's mother.
Yes, she was a student and a teacher.
And the teacher.
Okay, next, recognition of student stock market competition. Advisor Elizabeth Tripp will be recognizing Marilee Walls. Is Elizabeth here? No. Okay, how about Mr. Walls? Would you like to come up here with your daughter? I might mention while they came up here what Marilee did was truly outstanding. And I'm sure proud father, who is also the principal at Moyock Middle School, will tell us about that.
Good evening. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting to come up here and speak tonight, so anyway, a little proud, so bear with me as I try to get through this. Marley, in her CTE class with Miss Julie West, competed in the stock market challenge. And what she did was she bought stocks and she competed against other middle school students, high school students, and community college students. And based on how her stocks did, she finished second in the nation.
Yeah.
And she did that as an individual as opposed to
A team, yes, sir.
You know, which is even more incredible. How much money did they give you to start out with? Fake money.
10,000.
10,000? How much did you end up with?
It was like not that much over 10,000. I think maybe 10,300.
In what time frame?
It was like I think between March and April.
Wow.
Oh. And I
You
think
give your dad some tips now, right?
Help me out.
and the article I read on it said that you invested mostly in seasonal stocks.
Well, like since the seasons were changing, I wanted to do mostly spring stocks like clothing companies and pool companies because I figured they would do better because people were investing in them at that time.
Oh, that's great. Are you going to participate in this stock market challenge this year?
I'm going to try to.
Great. Well, I think it's amazing what you did.
Thank you.
Father and grandparents ought to be very proud of you, and you ought to be very proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, next, student board member reports. Katie and Alexandra. Katie first.
Good evening, y'all. Moyock Elementary School's open house will be August 22nd from 12 to 1 p.m. for kindergarten students, 1 to 3 for 1st through 5th grade students. Central Elementary School's open house will be August 21st from 4 to 6 p.m. Work on the new parking lot is going well as we appreciate all of the work the county, the school board, and all others involved has put into making this project happen. Griggs Elementary School summer reading camp ended today. We have heard many positive comments from parents and students. 4-H camp also ended today. All summer staff did a great job and are greatly appreciated. Special thanks to Mr. Hall and Mr. Baldwin for their hard work. Their open house will be held August 21st from 4 to 6 p.m. Jarvisburg Elementary School's open house will be August 21st from 4 to 6 p.m. Currituck County High School. The Marching Knights kicked off their season with band camp at the end of July and are now in full rehearsals. Athletic tryouts for the 2014-2015 fall sports teams began August 1st and 4th. Also, the Currituck FFA chapter will have their chapter officer training next Monday and Tuesday, August 11th and 12th, led by the North Carolina FFA state president and vice president. Freshman and new student orientation will be held August 21st from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Parents and students will learn more about the orientation and upcoming messages being sent from the high school. JP Knapp started classes on August 6th, and the rest of Currituck County schools will begin on August 25th. And now to Alexis.
Hello, everyone. Hope you are having a great summer. Unfortunately, mine ended. Sniffle, sniffle, but the seniors were allowed to go back home for another week and a half, and so it felt so wonderful sleeping in this morning. Sorry to all the freshmen through juniors. So I have the awesome pleasure of talking about my lovely early college, which we did start school yesterday. It was an awesome ceremony. We recognized the 4th and 5th year seniors and super seniors, and then welcomed the freshmen, the class of 2018. They are so cute. And we were honored to have several of the board members at the ceremony, and we thank you so much for coming. We also were able to have some of the leadership staff from the central office, and so individually we would like to thank Dr. Dobney, chairman of the board, the rest of the board, the superintendent, Miss Scholler, and everyone else who attended. It was awesome, and I got a free T-shirt. That was pretty cool. Our open house was today as well, so I'm hoping everyone got to see our beautiful school and really enjoyed going there on this awesome day. So that's pretty cool. Also, for Moyock Middle School, their open house will be on August 21st from 3 to 6 p.m. And then they have fall sports conditioning dates and times, which for football, they're Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. And soccer is Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. And then volleyball, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. And students must have a current physical on file with the school in order to participate in those conditioning activities. For Knott's Island Elementary School, their open house will be on the 21st, and they've split it up between K through 2, which will have an open house 6 to 6:30 p.m., and then 3rd through 5th grade will have 6:30 to 7 p.m. their open house. And then Shawboro, sorry, I'm tongue-tied tonight. Shawboro Elementary School, they finished up with its Keep 'em Reading Summer Camp on August 7th. And, oh wait, just kidding. That's today, isn't it? They finished today. And so the camp went very smooth. And there were a lot of students who were successful in the camp. And they met the state reading standards, which is a wonderful success for the camp. And I'm really proud of all those students and excited for them. Also, they had a large number of students who took advantage of the opportunity to keep their reading skills sharp by attending camp, and they want to thank all the staff who participated because they did an absolutely amazing job. And to finish up, last but not least, Currituck County Middle School will have their open house August 21st from 5 to 7 p.m. So we're really looking forward, or just kidding, students aren't looking forward to school starting, but maybe they'll be looking forward to seeing their friends again. So with that, I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you. Oh, and welcome to our new student board members, Mary Kate and Katie. I'm really looking forward to working with them this year, and I hope they'll be able to put up with how, crazy I can be sometimes, but I think we'll work together well.
Yeah, next month, Mary Kate and Katie will help, with the reporting on in the different schools. So we look forward to hearing their reports. Speaking of Napa Early College, I mentioned that the Daily Advance had a very nice, very positive article about the opening of school today. So thank you if the reporter's here. Next, overnight field trip request.
Yes, we have one that's actually already occurred, but that was Currituck County High School's FFA camp at White Lake, July 28th through August the 1st.
I have a motion for approval.
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, Chromebook survey. Paul O'Brien, Chief Information Officer.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It was a year ago that I came to you and told you that we were, after lots of reports on our pilot program and your support, told you we were getting ready to roll out the Chromebooks to all of our secondary students. NAP students already had laptops. They were one-to-one from the beginning. So we were looking at Chromebook laptops for the middle schools in Currituck High School. And one of the things I told you is that I didn't think you could ever be completely ready, and sometimes you just had to jump in. And I'm glad we did, and I was right. We weren't completely ready. So, and in my position, sometimes what I hear are the problems that we're having and not so much of the successes. So at the end of the year, we did a survey with the teachers from those three schools to find out how they thought the program went. And I was very pleasantly surprised with the results. We have a summer intern who is doing a complete evaluation of this data, and we'll have something a little more formal. But I just wanted to share some of it with you. Looking at this across those three schools, 66% of the teachers use the Chromebooks in the classroom 3 or more times every week. And one of my concerns going in is, had we provided enough professional development? 82% of the teachers said that the need for more professional development was not a problem. Obviously, we still need to continue to provide it, but they felt like they were prepared. And when we had just finished up our pilot with several teachers having Chromebooks in their classroom all the time, and some of the things that they told me and I reported to you is that they were good for differentiating instruction. It was good for providing feedback. And I'm happy to report that a lot of those things scaled well into the implementation. Of the teachers that we surveyed, 87% indicated a positive impact on their ability to do project-based or problem-based learning. And that's been one of the initiatives that we've been trying to get underway. 88% indicated it had been a positive impact on their ability to differentiate instruction, to provide the instruction at the level that the student needs at that time. 74% indicated a positive impact on formative assessment, knowing where the students are and what they need. 81% indicated a positive feedback on the ability to provide feedback to students. And we know how important that feedback, formative assessment, feedback, differentiation, all those things are. So they saw a lot of success with that. 91% indicated a positive impact on student engagement and also on student learning. So they saw success. One of the non-instructional things we were looking at is if every kid has a Chromebook and teachers have them, can we cut down on our printing and all the paper? And 89% of the teachers indicated that they did have a reduced use of copying, printing, and paper because of having those available to them. Those are the good things. There were still some challenges. And in your reports on the eBoard website, you have the complete set of responses, and you'll see all the comments too. And we've been going through those and trying to address some of those. And I'll just share some of the challenges. 27% of the teachers indicated that poor Wi-Fi had a moderate to severe negative impact on the use of the Chromebooks. Part of that problem was we went into the high school wireless network was already in place. In the middle schools, we went into those schools and put in high-capacity wireless access points in every classroom. But we still didn't get the results we wanted. Particularly at Currituck Middle, they had lots of problems with kids being able to connect. So we had to go back into both of the middle schools and run Category 6 or real high-capacity wiring from the access point all the way back to the main switch because we were seeing bottlenecks. Once we did that, that access greatly improved. So we did try to take some steps along the way to help that. 23% of teachers indicated other technical problems had a moderate to severe impact. One of the things, well, when we first went into this, we weren't providing additional specific tech support for the Chromebooks based on the things that we had learned ahead of time and really didn't realize how many issues there would be. And particularly during that first half of the year, our media specialist at those three schools got slammed. And they carried the brunt of that load with the problems that kids would have with the Chromebooks. So about mid-year, we were able to hire an additional technician, and we changed our schedule so that we put a technician in Currituck High School every morning to deal with Chromebook issues, and in the middle schools on every other day to deal specifically with Chromebook issues. That did a couple things. One, it let the media specialist get back to the things they needed to be doing anyway, because they could say, you'll need to bring it back when the technician's here. The other thing it did is it gave us technicians there doing the work, giving us a little more consistent fixes and repairs and reporting problems back. So that helped. The other thing that we ran into was just the damage that we saw on the Chromebooks. We went with the Samsung Model Series 3. They were the lowest cost Chromebooks. We were buying 2,000, so we needed to go low cost. And they haven't been as sturdy as we would like for them to have been. We had an insurance program that covered that, and we will continue our insurance again this year. But this year we've purchased new Chromebooks to go to this year's sixth graders, and we went ahead and stepped up to a much more sturdy model. It's a Lenovo Chromebook, and it's mil-spec tested and designed for school. So we expect that this issue they identified with technical problems is going to be cut down some with this new device. Teachers also said that 43% of the teachers indicated that failure to bring a Chromebook to class had been a moderate to severe impact. Kids forgetting them or just choosing not to bring them. And I know that in one specific case at the high school, there was one of the teachers, she was actually one of our pilot teachers, but she was having that problem in one of her classes, talked to the administration, and the administration said, okay, if they don't bring them, send them to us. And they started treating it as a, just a rules violation issue. And with some consequences. If you don't bring your Chromebook, you're not prepared, there are going to be some consequences. I don't know if it was the lunchtime detention they had or exactly what it was, but once they did that for a couple of weeks, this teacher reported that she didn't have the problems anymore. So I'll be talking with the principals about doing those kind of things, setting those expectations, and then having some consequences. Even when the kids brought them to class, 67% of our teachers indicated that the Chromebooks weren't brought to class with a proper charge. So we may have to look at providing some additional chargers in classrooms for those kids. But we really want them to bring them charged every day so they're ready. Also had 36% indicated blocked web resources were a problem. As you know, the federal government through the FCC and the E-rate program and all those things require us to filter certain access at schools. Pornography, things that are harmful to children, must be, by law, filtered. Beyond that, we've got a lot of leeway. One of the things that happened last year is I would get a call from a teacher that says, I really need ABC site open because we're going to use it today. Okay, open it up. The next day, teacher, I really need ABC site closed because the kids are wasting too much time on it. So what we're doing now is those decisions are going to come from the school administration. If that school wants a website open and it's not one of the prohibited ones, obviously, then we'll open it up. And one of the things I'm telling them is we can't do classroom management with a filter. We can't filter everything that's a time waster. There's too much of that on the internet to filter. So I think that's going to address some of those problems. We can continue to look at the other ideas or the other things that they've mentioned and find ways to help address those to improve this process as we go into the next year. I also found out that the AP statistics class at the high school did their own student survey, a limited student survey, and what they found was between 70 and 80% of the students there reported that they found the Chromebooks useful in class. So that was a good number too. We didn't do a detailed survey with students yet, but so overall, I think we had some really good results. There's still a lot of work to do, and we need to listen to our teachers and our students and fine-tune that process where we can.
Good. What's the cost differential between the new Chromebook and the old?
Approximately $100. The old one was $249 before tax and a management solution and some other things. The comparable cost on this one's $335.
Okay.
And is the plan, I know we have a replacement cycle in place that we're going to start doing in a few years. Is the plan to replace them with the more sturdy books compared to the other?
And as we get through this year, we'll have a better idea of how these are holding up. We had over 700 insurance claims on the 2,000 devices, so it was pretty substantial.
Okay.
And now it didn't. Financially, we had the students paying their $25 Chromebook fee up front, and then if their Chromebook was damaged, they had to pay a $25 fee. It's like buying the policy was the first fee, and then if we have to send it off and get it fixed, you pay a deductible, same as you would with car insurance. So we came out financially okay, but the insurance company didn't, and they raised their premiums a little on us this year, but that's to be expected.
Well, I know last year taking tours of the high school, I saw the Chromebook used a lot. Mm-hmm. I was really surprised. I think being a nuts and bolt kind of guy, what impressed me the most was being in the automotive class, seeing a kid underneath the hood of a car with one of our Chromebooks, looking at the schematic of an engine and being able to do it right there. And I mean, that's just another reason that, another way we could use these things. Yeah. Not only were they used in the classrooms, but they were also used in our vocational programs. Are we going to do the workshops with the rising sixth graders? Are we going to have a meeting with the parents to explain to them?
That will be the schools will do that through their open house sessions. I haven't talked to them specifically about it, but that would be a part. That's the way we did it last year.
Right. I know last year you did a real good job of trying to explain that the insurance and how it worked.
We tried to explain. We didn't quite make it clear. It wasn't clear to everyone. So as I'm redoing the document this year, I'm trying to make it more clear.
Crystal clear.
Hopefully, crystal clear.
Now, are the sixth graders, are we planning on these sixth graders who get the new Chromebooks, taking them with them to the seventh grade next year?
Yes, in fact, that's what they're doing across the board is the students will get in almost every case, there'll be some exceptions, but in almost every case, the student will get the Chromebook that they had last year.
Right.
Because you want to reward that student that really took care of it, and it's wouldn't want them to get one that had not been as well taken care of. And we would like to be able to continue that and keep that. And in fact, if these new models turn out to be as sturdy as I hope they will be, we may even look at them taking them from the middle school onto the high school.
Okay. That'd be great.
Well, would you say most of them were damaged because of neglect? I mean,
well, the most common damage was the screens breaking.
okay.
And I think a lot of that was caused by kids picking them up by the screen, or teachers. We had teachers break some too.
Yeah.
And squeezing, and squeezing on that, the screens just wouldn't handle it. Lots had gotten knocked off of tables. One of the things we want to encourage as much as we can is for the students to use those bags that we gave them.
Yeah.
We gave them storage bags that have reinforced sides, and if they'll use those, that minimizes the damage, but it won't eliminate it. I mean,
right.
if it's on the ground, somebody throws a book bag on top of it, you're still going to have an issue with that.
Anything else?
Okay.
Thank you, Paul.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Next, one of the greatest honors our Board of Education can have is recognition of an outstanding employee. So if the board would come with me up to the front, and Gertrude Gregory, come up. When I was superintendent, I used to meet with the bus drivers every year, and I used to tell them the same thing every year. Driving a bus is the one job in a school system that I would never have, because it's difficult enough to control 30 kids in front of you, much less 55 sitting behind you like a bus driver has to do. So that's what makes this accomplishment all the more impressive. Gertrude? Currituck County Schools would like to recognize Gertrude Gregory for 51 years of service. And we would present to her this plaque from the Transportation Department and the Board of Education in appreciation for your years of service and dedication to the children of the Currituck County Schools. Thank you, Gertrude. Sure.
I'm not a speaker, but I need to say this. Those that know me, especially Mr. Wood and Mr. Goins, they know that the first word out of my mouth is giving God the praise. Because who would have thought that somebody like me would have driven the school bus this long? And I'm still driving. To God I give the glory. I've had good people that I've worked under, and I couldn't ask for a better job than to drive a school bus. And it may sound crazy to some of y'all, but I was telling a man, I said, I'm hooked. I'm like an alcoholic. I'm hooked on the school bus. And there were times that, and my daughter would tell you that I would not be feeling good, and my bus would go by my house with me not being on there. It made me even more sicker. So I guess I'm addicted to driving the school bus. And I want to thank all of y'all for this. I mean, it is good to be told that you're doing a good job, but it's extra good to be appreciated. And I thank y'all for the love. I mean, you have no idea. This is.
I think we need to recruit her from the crew bus drivers.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
To me, that's absolutely amazing to do the same job for 51 years.
Me too.
Just think of how many kids she's responsible for their education. Just getting them there every day. Yeah.
Well, one of my students sitting next to you, your daughter. Jeez. Thanks for coming, Kim. Jeez. Okay, next, the consent agenda. Do I have a motion for approval?
Motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Next, public comment session. Nobody signed up, so we'll skip that. Next items. Our next work session will be September 4th at the Knapp Professional Learning Center at 5 o'clock. Next Board of Education meeting will be September 4th right here at the historic Currituck Courthouse at 6:30. There will be a convocation for the school system August 18th at Currituck County Middle School at 11 a.m. or from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And also, the board will be going on tours of the schools August 19th to see some of the major projects that have happened this school year. And I've been in and out of the high school and around the high school, and there was some major work done there this year. So, okay, next, board member comments. Ms. Etheridge?
Yes, just like to welcome Katie and Mary Kate. We're glad to have you as junior board members. Look forward to working with you. Yesterday, I was able to go to Knapp Early College the first day of school, and that was very nice to welcome all the students back and the rising seniors. And you could feel the excitement in the gym of all the kids, and you know they're on fire and they're ready to go, ready for another school year. So I really enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to touring the schools in the next few weeks and looking at all of the construction improvements that we've made. And if y'all get a chance, I invite you to do the same thing. See where your money's going for the painting and the upkeep of all the grounds, and everything looks really good. We've got a county and schools that we can really be proud of, and I thank everybody that's involved with that.
Mr. Simmons?
Katie, Mary Kate, welcome aboard. Like I said, look forward to working with you. I also had a chance to go to Knapp Early College yesterday. I was very impressed with the way that they did it. They had the seniors march in. Juniors and sophomores and freshmen had to stand and watch them as they marched in. I thought it was impressive. Rode by the high school the other day, saw the football players on the field and the band. I had to turn in. I had to go by and see what was going on. Our kids are working hard for a good athletic season this fall. As Ms. Etheridge said, we've got a lot of projects going on. If you look at the high school, they're getting ready to paint the outside of the high school. They've already done the inside. If you look at our new gym floors, look at the high school and our two middle schools. They've redone the gym floors. They have a mirror finish on them. I think everybody in the county is going to be really proud. One more week, our teachers will be back. 2 more weeks, our students will be back, and everybody will be ready to go. Thank you.
Ms. Kraft?
Okay. Yes, I also want to welcome Mary Kate and Katie. I am going to tell my age now. Your mother I was her cooperating teacher when she started teaching before you were even born. So looking forward to working with you. I want to thank the Daily Advance for their today's articles regarding J.P. Knapp Early College. We had front page news and also front page news on the sports section. Lori Davis for her track and soccer coaching. Good luck to them. And also Charles Nichols was featured on the sports page, one of our football players. And I can't believe Mr. Simmons didn't tell you this, but there's a scrimmage this Friday night.
I saved something for you.
August 15th. So go out and check out what's going on. I want to thank the Daily Advance for these positive coverages of Currituck County School. It's always nice to see when we can find good things that are going on in our school. So I really appreciate that. And teachers, enjoy this last week of school, or last week of vacation, so that you can get ready to start the school year. Thank you.
Okay, Darnell?
I'm at the end of the line, so I was trying not to repeat everything everybody else has already said. So again, welcome, ladies. We're happy to have you. School is starting. Everybody's excited. I have one of the students in my house. She is beyond ecstatic to be coming to the schools. I know everybody else probably has the same kids doing the same things. I know our teachers, we say, are going back to school, but I know a lot of them have probably been doing work for weeks now in their classrooms and around their schools, administration. Willis, who's in charge of our maintenance and stuff, their staff has been working around the clock. I just want to say thank you, and we're looking forward to a really great year. So,
thank you. I'd just like to reiterate what Darnell said, and I'd like to thank Mr. Willis Simmons, our Director of Maintenance, for coordinating the numerous projects that we had going on in the schools this summer. And anytime you get a chance to go through the schools, you'll see just how great they look for having, some age on them. Plus, the gym floors, I can't remember who mentioned that, they're absolutely beautiful, and we got 3 of them redone for the price of what it usually cost one, because Mr. Simmons shopped around and found us the best deal possible. And I mean, they look great. I too would like to welcome Mary Kate, Katie, and look forward to working with you. And with that, do I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved. Second.
Have a motion and second. All in favor?
aye.
Motion passes. We'll see everybody September 4th.